Hey guys, so I wanted to do a little kind of extra video add-on to the one I just posted. So there's this really good film called 28 Days Later, and it's actually the screenplay is written by Alex Garland, who wrote one of my top five, uh, it's in my top 10 favorite books of all time, called The Beach, which was it was actually made into a there's quite a major Hollywood film made of it. I think around 2000. It's quite well known because it stars a young Leonardo DiCaprio. The movie was okay. Uh, there were some excellent, like very sort of beautiful and spectacular, memorable scenes, but overall I thought it was okay. But the book is amazing. The book is like just brilliant, and such a good read on so many levels. It's a modern classic, really. So it's not really any surprise then that I thought when I saw it when it first came out, I think it was 2004. So 22 years, man, that went quick. 22 years ago. But I remember I saw it with some friends in high school, and afterwards them being excited and doing like impressions of zombies. But I thought it was a brilliant film actually. It was really well done, and it generally received a pretty good critical response. There's been a sequel. It was 28 months later. I think there's talk of doing. Oh yeah, 28 years later. This is just coming out now. But I'm not usually like a horror. I'm not really, especially like horror movies aren't really my thing. But it's just a really good movie. It's really well done, and I will say like it's done in such a realistic way, and I don't know. I guess the production and the writing is just so good. Like it genuinely feels terrifying, especially when you watch it in on the big screen. It's done as the film itself is done and made in such a way that it feels quite realistic. So I've put a link to the one of the opening scenes of the film where there is this zombie attack on this farm, and go have a look because the zombie dreams that I had, they had that feel to them. It was just that terrifying and that real. And yeah, like extremely fast, really violent, and just terror, kind of dread. The terror and dread that you get a sense of in the scene, and I'll put a link to the video I'm talking about. This open one of the opening scenes in 28 Days Later, where there's this attack on the farmhouse, and one of the leads, I think the name of the English actor is Robert Carlyle, has to run for his life. It's worth watching. It gives you a sense of what I was shown, and the scene in Napier in New Zealand when there were hordes of them running towards us. They look just like that, really. And although it was interestingly in the dream, in that second dream, we were quite calm because we were so well organized and prepared. Like there was, it was, they were just coming at us, and it was just a meat grinder. We were just corrected that in the description of the previous video. They weren't double barrel pump action shotguns. Shows you how much I go hunting or know about guns. I have been hunting once or twice. It's not. I don't like. I love animals, and yeah, quickly funny. I don't. Killing animals is not my thing at all. Only once was enough. Shooting deer was a long time ago, and I've done like a little bit of clay pigeon shooting because I'm from a farming family. But yeah, like the family farm's 300 kilometers away from, well, over 250 kilometers away from Wellington. It's up in Hawke's Bay. Um, yeah, and with like yeah, been done clay pigeon shooting with shotguns in the past, but I haven't done much hunting. So okay, or like shooting with guns. So you can tell like if I made that mistake, if I knew more about guns, I wouldn't have made that mistake. But they were yeah, so they weren't double barrel pump action shotguns. Apparently, those don't exist. Okay, but yeah, there were pump action shotguns with buckshot, and yeah, in that second dream, because we were ready and sort of prepared, and we had both the weapons, we had the ammo, we had the numbers, we had the tactics, and we could it was important. I remember I was shown that we were out in an open area and there weren't even many trees around a building, so that like to get to us, the zombies had to sprint, but over over wide open ground, and that's important because see if we were in like a forest or a city, they could kind of jump down and ambush us. But what I was shown is having that distance because then they have to run, and then you've got time to even even if you miss a couple of times, you've got multiple chances to take them down. But because we had the numbers, the right weapons, and we were in the right place, we weren't at all concerned. We were just we weren't really concerned. It was still a little scary, but they were just getting blown apart. There was no chance they could even reach us with the kind of disciplined tactics we were using. But it was still they looked like the zombies in that film. Now the landscape even looked a bit similar. Like and that yeah, that scene I'm recommending to you guys from 28 Days Later below. It's a sort of English pastoral green, kind of peaceful English pastoral landscape, which contrasts with the horror of the events that unfold in that film. And a lot of the landscapes in parts of New Zealand look similar. So it even looked a bit similar. But I mentioned that partly because, yeah, the feelings of dread and horror, man, it's so visceral. They're actually similar to the feelings of terror, dread, horror, and panic that I felt in the first prophetic dreams that I had about World War III, where Wellington City was being bombed and the city was having absolute crap bombed out of it. And they're even doing like shock. They were even just bombing suburban areas just just to with shock and awe tactics. It was so terrifying there. And then there were these. We knew like that the forces, the ground invasion forces, were coming down the North Island, and there were others that were coming into land in the harbour, and we knew there was about to be this huge battle, and we were going to be caught in the middle of it. It was absolutely terrifying. It was similar feelings of fear and terror. It's just something worth mentioning to New Zealanders. I mean, hopefully, maybe some added incentive to get prepared and get the frick out of here before this all goes down, because yeah, it's going to be kind of hell on earth. And yeah, just go have a look at that scene, and I'll see if I can throw out some videos about the prophetic dreams from God I've had about giants and aliens, which were pretty interesting. Suffice to say, I mean, between yeah, it's like natural disasters, pole shift, giant asteroids slamming into the oceans, and we'll get tsunamis up to possibly like 800 meters, even a kilometer high. So what is it? Yeah, so World War III, meteorites and meteor tsunamis, pole shift, famine, and then you've got another pandemic. That's five, and then zombies, aliens, and giants. So that's eight crazy things. I like between all that, a lot of people aren't actually gonna. A lot of people will just go crazy, I think, over the next 20 to 30 years. Like, and it's really going to be like survival mode. I think for the next 20 to 30 years, the Earth changes period, the primary objective is survive. And it's just going to be round after round of just insane stuff happening. But yeah, but other people have been shown a lot of people will actually lose their minds and go crazy, and their hearts will quote. One of these people said, quote, what is it? The giant wars will make men's hearts fail. But yeah, it's there's going to be so much crazy stuff happening over the next 20, 30 years that yeah, some people will lose their lives, but some won't, but they'll lose their minds because they'll just go crazy. It'll just seem too much. Um, I think prophetic dreams about World War III are weird. I mean, the giants I got shown that I had a prophetic dream about. I got shown they're going to be 40 meters high. It's like 112 feet. It's the height of. I mean, that's absolutely enormous. It's like the height of a 9-story building. So yeah, Earth changes period is going to be crazy. Just nuts. Anyway, go check out that clip from 28 Days Later. It'll give you a good sense of what I was shown is coming, and that was yeah. It's not much. It's not much different. It was terrifying. Is the word. Not that I'm advocating that people should be afraid. That's an important point to make because it's a core teaching of Christianity not to be afraid. But so these warnings to help you. Forewarned is forearmed is the model of the channel. Yeah, just if you're on board thinking this stuff is coming, then this is to help you be prepared. So that you don't be afraid, but just be aware. That's what I would say. So yeah, check out that clip below, and yeah, God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.